Hey friends, Sami from SamiCone.com here with my kids, Karis and Britton, and we are going to make a Disney cruise lapbook today. What's a lapbook, you ask? I didn't even know until recently, but we are going on a Disney cruise, the Disney Magic to be exact, for a week, right? To kick off 2013, which is going to be our Cone family year celebration, but we're going to be gone for a week during school, right? So even though the kids' school, they said it's great, we want you to have the experience. I talked to their teachers about what we can do to make this not only fun but also educational, and they suggested lapbooks. So lapbooks are really just homemade ways that you make books of your own with worksheets and really neat informational things, and you get to put little mementos from your trip. So I'm going to show you how to make a Disney cruise themed lapbook in 2 different videos. Today we're going to focus on just kind of the nuts and bolts of making the lapbook itself. So before you start, you're going to want to get some file folders. Excuse me, Britton. We just grabbed a big box of the 3-tab colored folders from Staples. The different colors are important. I'll show you why in a minute. You want to have some scissors, a ruler, we got some glue sticks, a stapler, pencil, tape. Everything that you might need, right? Are we ready to go?
Yep.
So the basic lapbook is actually quite easy. You're going to take your file folder. Britton, can I help you with this one?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want to work along on your yellow, we're going to start with this blue lapbook, and you're going to unfold your file folder like so. And all you're going to do is you're going to take the outer edges of each side and fold it towards the middle and then crease it. And what we did is, Karis, grab your kid's scissors. I'm going to grab these. As we're just going to go along with the scissors to make it a nice crisp fold and come back this way. And then you're going to do the same with this side until it meets at the center. And if you notice, it's almost like a lock and key. Those two are going to fit into each other. So now, go ahead and grab those. We're going to make a nice crisp fold here and a nice crisp fold here. So we have our lapbook. Okay? We're going to do the same with our other colors, yellow and red. I'll tell you why in just a minute. We'll meet you right back. Okay, so we have finished creasing all our lapbooks towards the center. Now you see that we have a blue, a red, and a yellow. Why did we make 3? Because we are going to 3 different ports of call on our Western Caribbean cruise. We are going to be going to Cozumel in Mexico and Grand Cayman of the Cayman Islands. So we have made the blue folder for all of our at-sea adventures and the things we're going to do while we're on the boat. We made the red folder for our Mexico, all the things we're going to learn about Mexico, and then the yellow folder for everything we're going to learn about the Grand Cayman. Now, I originally was going to glue these all together, and I'm going to show you how you can do that to make one big lapbook. My husband brilliantly suggested, I think, that we're going to wait until after we come back to put them all together because it might be hard to work on like this, right? But what you would do if you want to make one big lapbook is that you actually glue 2 sides that are facing each other, and you would stick those together. So what we're going to do when we get back is we're going to glue those, and then we would glue these, and those would come together like this. And what you do is you would then fold towards the inside. You would fold your one lapbook closed, then you would fold this and fold it closed, and you would have one multi-flap lapbook. Isn't that great? So that's what we're going to do eventually. But right now, I'm going to put these aside, okay guys? Okay? And we're just going to work on our at-sea, our blue lapbook. Now what you can do, because we're going to be at sea for like 4 days, right?
Right.
So we want to have lots of things to do the day we leave, the day we come back, the scavenger hunt while we're on the boat. So we're going to add pages. So what you do is take another folder and you cut it in half first of all. Okay, and so Karis, this one's been cut in half, but what we need to do is cut it down a little bit more. You want it to fit inside of the lapbook here, okay? So Karis, I'm going to borrow this of yours. So this has been cut in half already, but then you're going to take your ruler and your pencil, and you're going to just shave off this end here. So I'm just going to draw a line because I'm not the most precise cutter. Okay, and then we're going to cut a little bit of that off. May I do this for you with my big scissors? Thank you. Are you guys excited for the Disney cruise?
Very.
Yes, I cannot wait. So I'm just going to cut this off to make it smaller. Karis, open up your lap book and let's just make sure before we glue anything, I'm going to put that there, that this fits nicely inside. Do we have a little room there?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. Let's make sure it closes. Excellent. Okay, so now keep that in there. Britton, here's yours. Keep that in there lined up, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we line that up with the edge, and we're going to get some tape. I've seen people use regular Scotch tape. We're going to use some packing tape and just get a piece that's wide enough here. And we're going to tape halfway over the top here. Smooth it. Oops. Let's make sure it's folded here. Excuse me, Britton. And then we're going to fold it over the top and smooth that down. So what happens is now we have an extra place to put more activities on the top here. You can do the same thing for the bottom. Pretend that was the bottom. It could fold down like this. And what we're going to do when we show you the next video is that we're going to put mini lap books in here. So little mini books are going to go inside, right, with different activities. So that's Britton's. Britton, I'm going to have you do that. Karis, let me get a piece of tape for you. Will you make sure that's lined up on top? And there you have it. So that's how we add our pages. Now, if you wanted to, you could also get cardstock and you could do a page inside as well. The possibilities are endless. We're going to reinforce this with another piece of tape on the interior, and then we're going to be right back to show you how to add a pocket on your lap book. Okay, we're going to get another piece of tape. Okay. We've finished adding our pages. Yes, I said pages because this is our book that we're going to be spending the most time on, right? Our At Sea book. We actually added 2 flaps, a top flap and a bottom flap. What's that, you ask? The sparkly? Yes, we were at Michael's today and went in the little scrapbook paper section and found this lovely shiny turquoise blue paper like the sea for 29 cents. So what you can do is sometimes you want to reinforce the center part of the lap book, since this is where you'll be working. This actually has adhesive on it, right, Karis? You want to peel that off for me? So we're going to use this to reinforce the center of our lap book. And you could use cardstock, or you don't have to do it at all if you don't want to. Let me just tear the top off of this here. Let's put the price tag on it. We don't need that. And just like that's where we got our stickers today too, right? Is we got our stickers at Michael's because they were 50% off. So we're going to keep going back since we have a few weeks for our cruise, and we're going to keep looking for fun things that we can add to our lap book. So that's just going to go on there as a nice little foundation to work from, right? So it's almost done. Our main lap book is almost done. That folds up nice and tight, right? It's perfect. But I thought sometimes when you go on a cruise, there's different things you want to keep, your ticket stub or a picture. So we're going to add a pocket, a nice little pocket, to the back of our main lap book, which is good because I made a little mistake. I'm not very crafty, but that's fine because voila, it's going to get covered up. So we'll have our main lap book with our pocket. And what you do is you're going to get 2 more file folders like this, and you're going to just cut off the edges. I've made some lines here, but you could just do it freehand if you want. Again, since I'm not a very crafty person, I like to just make sure I'm precise. And I am going to cut the edges off of this so that they can all fold into each other. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll show you how to finish up this. Our file folders are trimmed. We cut off the tabs off of each one. You'll notice there's a taller side and a shorter side. What you want to do is match up one of each. So because we want this to fit nice and cleanly on our lap book, we're going to put one of the large sides down and pair it up with one of the shorter sides. So what we're going to do is put our glue all over the shorter side. Can I do this for you, Karis?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you for the glue. So again, glue sticks are easy. You can use rubber cement, anything you want. But as close as you can to the edge. And I like the purple glue stick because if your kids are doing it, they can see where it's going. So you're just going to get this all over. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
And this is going to go down to form our first side of our pocket. So we're just going to make sure this is really nice and lined up. Make sure I don't glue it to each other here. Line it up, and then that's going to push over and form the back part of our pocket. Now we're going to do the same thing. Remember, the short side's going to go down first, and then the tall side, the longer side. So same thing. We're going to glue just the short side so no glue gets inside. Britton, you have the finished pocket. Why don't you start outlining your pocket with the glue stick? And again, we want to get as close to the edge as possible. Good job. Karis, this one's going to go on yours, okay?
Okay.
Right.
So
yep, flip it to the back. And that's why it's nice, because if you have any mistakes, we're going to cover them right up, right?
Mm-hmm. Like the one on this.
Yep. It doesn't matter. And you know what? There's not really any mistakes in this. You're just having fun.
Yep.
So we're going to take that and then glue this right on top of it. And that's the start of our pocket. Now, what's our only problem? We have two open sides, right? So we have to close off the bottom. So we're going to use a combination of a stapler and tape, okay? I think the stapler is good because it lets you get to the bottom. I don't think the glue is as good, but I want to have a little more reinforcement than just the tape alone. So I'm just going to do a few staples about 1 inch or so apart along the bottom. Keep doing that glue, dude, all over there. You're doing a great job. And then we're going to get the edge right here. And now we have our pocket that you can put anything you want in. And what we're going to do is go ahead and, because it doesn't matter if there's a top or a bottom, do what Britton's doing is glue this on to the back of our lap book, and then you can tape the whole thing to it. So we're going to finish that up. We'll show you the finished product in just a minute. Okay, so I think we have our basic lap book done, our central lap book for our at sea on the Disney cruise, right?
Right.
We have glued, we've folded, we've pocketed. So we've got our center sheet that's been reinforced. We have 2 flaps for our center, right? And then we glued the pocket that we just made onto the back, and you can see here that it fits an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And again, we can put our ticket stubs in there if we find, you know, really fun anything. If someone gives you a napkin from a restaurant you like, we can put that in there, right? Who knows? But remember, this is going to be the main part of our lap book, and then we're going to be building onto our Grand Cayman lap book and our Mexico lap book that we're going to glue all together at the very end to form one central lap book that we will have for our Disney cruise. So this is again, the structure of it. We're going to come back with the next video and show you examples of things that you can put inside and how you can decorate it. So if you're doing this along with us, again, check at your local craft store. Always buy on sale. Look for coupons. This took us about half an hour, right? Not too long. So get this done, and then we'll show you how to fill your lap books on the next How to Make a Disney Cruise lap book.